Hello guys. So can you hear me and see me? It should be live, it should be running. This time I'm trying to start the normal live stream first and then have the chat pick up on that. So hopefully we can see the chat on screen in a moment. Can we see the chat? So I'm hoping that Streamlabs will hook up to this stream and then I can start the vertical one afterwards. But really, most likely you don't care. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's a little delay. How much is the delay? Do we know that? Yeah, okay. No chat and video. Yeah, exactly. I can see that too. But let's see. Let's see. Should get in a beat in a moment. But as you can see, I added Konako. I added a little embedded counter in the top there. I can say a little bit more about that in a moment when I'm actually starting. Okay. So there's a hey, so matrix at hey, test. So, okay, so now the chat is hooked up to this one. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that works. Perfect. So now I will try and start the vertical stream. As I said before, I'm testing streaming both. Okay, let me switch to so you can see me. Hello. So I'm testing streaming both to the normal one, the normal horizontal stream thing as you are seeing here, where we have a lot of room here. And then I'm at the same time trying from OBS. I can even show it to you if you want to see. So you can see here, so I have this stream over here, that's the one you're seeing, and this one is the vertical version that I haven't started yet. And what I did last time was I started the vertical stream first, hoping that the chat thing that makes this chat show up here in the screen would pick up on that chat and show that. And it did, as I remember, but then it keeps being connected to that as I remember. So this time I'm trying to start the normal stream first, let the chat UI bot Streamlabs thingy hook up to this normal chat, and then hopefully the vertical one will just be there on the side, because it's not that important. Yeah. Anyway, so let's try and start this one. And then let's have a look over here. Then in a moment I should be able to see that it's connecting. You can see that too. I can show you that. This one. I know it's not a streaming stream. No worries. We will come to the game development in a moment. So here you can see it's picking up that there is a that it's receiving data. It's public. Everything's fine. So we click go live, and then we hope that the chat on the screen here, the one that is up in the corner over there, keeps being the one from the real stream. Anyway, just testing out stuff. Just because all the cool kids are saying that vertical streaming is the future. So as you can see, I also added some more stuff. I've added some text in the bottom here, just for the fun of it. Maybe it's a little too slow, and also there's some space issue here, but just trying to add something just to make it fun. And this one up here, I added because yesterday I saw a video about something about promoting YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I never tried doing the promotion of a video from inside studio. So I thought, okay, let's try that just for the fun of it, and then let's run it for some days to see what it well, first of all, how many subscribers I get, but it's mainly to see if it does anything with the traffic to the Steam side of the game, because my main concern is the game on Steam and not so much the channel here, because you know the important people are already here, you guys, but of course we can always be more people, but mainly the live streams is yeah, of course, to reach new people. That's why I'm trying this vertical one, but it's mainly to keep a connection with you guys that are here every time. I can see the same names in all the streams, so that's nice. Most honest YouTuber I ever seen. So anyway, the reason I added this up here was because earlier today, because one of the things that was part of this video I was watching was to promote the video in cheap ad countries. So you promote it in countries like India, Peru, stuff like that, where ads are apparently cheap. So I tried that, and earlier today, this number up here was just flying up. You can see, like yesterday I had like 8,800, 8,300 or 400 or something like that, and then during the night and then this morning it just went up to 9,100. So most likely it will go with 10k this night. But the thing is that because it's in these cheap ad countries where the click price is cheap, apparently, they are asleep now. I think, or at least the Americans are awake now. So I think that's why the prices go up, and therefore it doesn't really happen. And they are maybe also asleep now. I don't know. Anyway, there's no new guys, at least, even though I get almost 1,000 new subscribers. There's not a single new guy or girl in here. It's the same usual suspects, but that's fine. Do you have your main account? Okay, you're still talking about Keltusashi Shooter. So yeah, I will keep that ad thing running. It's like really not. It's like, I think it's less. It's like 15 euros a day or something like that. So it's not really, and it's my company paying. So yeah, it's almost nothing. But anyway, and the funny thing actually is, if we just need to end up this off before we start doing the development, is that when I look at the stats, I can see that it's telling me that this promotion has given me, let me see, 350 subscribers. That's what it's telling me that the promotion gave me. But you can see I have almost like 800 or 900 subscribers. So yeah, extra. So I don't know how that calculation works. I'm not complaining, it's working, so that's fine. But anyway, tax reduction. Yeah, but the thing is with, when a company is paying, you're paying before taxes, you could say, because it's an expense. It's marketing basically. So anyway, let's get back to the interesting stuff. But that's why this counter is up here. That's because if it suddenly picked up and just speeded out of, like it's gone viral, even though it's a paid viral, so it's like cheating, and that was why I was against doing it, because Gonako was asking, do a live stream, but if it happens at 3 o'clock in the night or during my work day, I can't do it, of course. But also because it's kind of cheating. It's not cheating because it's just promoting on YouTube, so it's not like a buy 1,000 subscriber bot thingy. It is just pushing out the videos, and people apparently click the subscribe button for some reason. And then Gonako convinced me that it was not cheating, so I at least added this thing up here. So let's see. Anyway, let me check something. So that was the first 5 minutes of intro of me just rambling. Perfect. And is the chat is still working, right? Yeah, +1 sub. Yep, perfect. Good. Okay, so let's see if somebody gets into this to the vertical stream. We might get some pop-up subscription if this thing picks up again, but yeah, let's see. By the way, I can see something. Why is this not? This isn't a line, is it? That's weird. No, anyway. Okay. Okay, so let's go, because I prepared something, because I actually did work on something yesterday. So what happened since the last live stream, or what happened in the last live stream, you say? Last time we made the mortar and shell work in multiplayer. So when you were spawning either as a client or as the host, it actually worked, and the shell came out of the mortar, and that was all fine, even though I had some mouse issues last time. Let's hope that's not there today. And also some sound issues, which I think was a Unity thing and not, I think, anything in the code. Anyway, so we fixed this of spawning on the client, do this entity definition, and we made this new interface and dependency resolver that modders can use to get access to like the entity database, so they can get an entity definition for use for certain things. And therefore today, we have the chat in the way here. So what I'm going to do now, and what I was actually working a little on yesterday off stream or offline, is to make the custom fuse work. Because if you know the current mod system, shell and mortar system made by MANIA, the shells have a different fuse, you know, when they are put into the mortar, which of course is because that's how it is in real life. Even though I don't know anything about mortars and shells in real life, I watched videos and talked with people. And and the thing is that so to make that work, I don't want to go over how it worked in Pani's one, but it was a little different because he was the one doing the mortars, so you know how big the mortars were, so you could kind of model your shell after that and have a fuse based on that. Anyway, because I plan to make this so that mortars are moddable, you know, modders can create the mortars. We don't know, you don't know how long a mortar is, or the tube is. Like, you know, it's 3 inches because we will do something in later on to kind of specify that. But I guess I don't know if this is correct in real life, but at least in the game, a tube could be like this long and 10 meters, or basically the tube could go, even though it's not realistic, sorry Amnesty, but a tube could really be a spiral or whatever. So therefore I need another system to show a fuse once a shell is put into the mortar. And the fuse needs, because it's connected to this in real life, the fuse is on the shell, so the shell have to be the one in charge of what fuse sticks out of the mortar. So if you imagine a modder have created a mortar, and then another modder have created the shell, it's the shell creator that defines what the fuse should look like. Even though, and this is a technical secret, even though I think I will end up doing it so that the actual fuse logic is on the mortar, but the visual part is from the shell. But that's what we're gonna test out today, because I actually did something yesterday and it's not working. And then today I might have another approach. I try and do it in another way. because it was not working at all. So let me just quickly roll something back because it was not correct. This one, and so that's fine. Okay, so let me just roll some stuff back here. Okay. Like that, and like that, like that. Perfect. Okay. So let's take a look here. Yeah, you know, people will go crazy, and I want to build a system, and that's another thing. First of all, I want to build a system where mortars or the tube itself can have the shape the the creator wants, so we can do all funny weird stuff. But also, and that's something I realized after the live stream last time, is that the way I build it now really only supports one tube in a mortar. So when you spawn a mortar type firework or mortar type entity in the game, it has one tube and one place you can put it in. But then I was thinking, well, with this system we can't build racks, so I need to come up with another way of doing that. And I have an idea, but that won't be now. So let's just briefly check that things are working here before we start breaking it. And let me take a sip of coffee. Okay, see, when I have it on this view, the chat is kind of big, so I might go, I don't know. I think I just go with this one. Okay, so let's just check that it's working. So we have a mortar here, and we have a shell on the floor. And we have put in here, and if you saw, for instance, one of the problems now is that if you look at the mortar here, damn it, let's make it a little bigger. So you see this mortar doesn't have anything in it, but you can still see that it have a fuse here. It doesn't work, but visually you can see a fuse that have to be fixed too. But I have an idea. Let's check this work. Let's check that they also have a sound. Perfect. So work on the ground. And will it blend? Let's try and do like this. What if we do like this? Okay. Okay, so all good, works perfectly. Yeah. Okay. So, let me roll something more back. Oh. So, the snake is making me play enough punk music. Round the world, round the world. Isn't that it? Yes, please. If you you cannot log into your other account, Ryan. Yeah. One question: when will there be new firework cakes? Yeah, that's. I often get asked, you know, when will there be more fireworks in the base game and all that. But the thing is that I have limited time. So I'm spending my time on creating tools for modders to create fireworks. Because, you know, it doesn't scale if I need to do all of the fireworks that people are asking, because I'm one guy and I also need to extend and make the game itself better. So that's why I created the mod tools. And actually after the mod tools, I think I only made these yearly New Year's cakes, just because that became kind of a tradition. Last year is not so impressive because I didn't have any time and was half sick when I did it, so that's not very impressive. But for instance, now with the shells and mortar, I will have to do some kind of in-game shells and mortars. So you will see streams of me working on that. But I will do it fairly quickly because I need to get back to the actual multiplayer stuff to continue on that, because that is the big deal. But I'm doing this now because shells and mortar is pretty important to a lot of players, and it's not possible to do with mods right now. So that's why I'm putting it. So it's win-win because we get it native in the game, which should hopefully make it better and easier, because I can do more stuff than Panini could with his script, because it's an external mod. And I also had to change a lot of stuff internally to make it work like this. But yeah. So that's why I'm spending time on doing stuff like this, and then making tools so modders can create fireworks. That makes sense. Okay. So my idea is that what if we, on a shell, so on a shell here, we could specify a, no, let me do it another way. Let's go to the mortar. What if the mortar had, whoops. So the mortar have a fuse here. Right now it have a standard fuse, but I wanna come on, no. But the standard fuse have this visual little. Now I scaled it up on this one, but it have this kind of little, yeah, fuse visual. No, Mania, am I getting copyrighted if I make Fireworks Mania in Roblox? Well, the thing is that if you search for Fireworks Mania on the Roblox site, there's already, at least last I checked a year or two ago or something like that, there was a lot back then. So I don't think so. But maybe come with something similar. There's already tons of clones of the game on phone and Roblox. Okay. So I need a. I could leave it with this. Okay, yeah, okay. So let me just do something else. Where is it that I need to switch this off, because it's so annoying that it keeps asking for this. This one. Auto add, nope. Nope. It's just, yeah, I get this pop-up every time I click away, because the thruster and the fuse and all that have a it's meant to me again. Yes, do not shoot it. I would like to have a no and don't show it to me manually. It's just annoying. This keeps getting up because the thruster and the fuse is a network behavior component. Then it needs to have a network object, and then it's complaining about that and need it. Anyway, okay, could we do it another way? Just thinking. Yeah, the multiplayer version will soon start updating more again. Like in February, I haven't updated at all, but that's because I've been sick and on vacation, and then now I'm working on this, which takes a while. So that's why. Hopefully, we can get back to have a more smaller updates that I can push out more regularly. So. Have you copyrighted the Fireworks Mania name and logo? No, I haven't. I don't know how to do it. I haven't returned. Okay, so let me think again. What I basically want is I want an invisible fuse on the mortar. Oh, did we lose the chat again? Five and okay, let me. So in the vertical live stream, I can see there's 5 people, and people are asking, "Hello, why is the live small?" That's because you're watching the vertical one, which should hopefully only show up on phones in the shorts feed. If you want to see the normal stream, yeah, I can send the link here. But else just check my channel, and there should be 2 lives on my channel. I don't know if people are still there, but maybe some people just see the maybe people see this and then okay. Anyway, so I want a fuse that doesn't have any visuals, so let's quickly do that. So let's make a copy of this one, and then let's... Oh, it is so freaking annoying. Rob Lang, are you here? Because I have a question. How the freaking get rid of this? Mortar fuse. I would like it to be named fuse in the beginning of the name. Mortar. Mortar. Invisible. Invisible. Fuse. Invisible. Standard. We'll go with that for now. And the, we can't I please turn this off? It's so freaking annoying. That's not it. That's not it. Auto add, that shouldn't happen. Just really annoying. Anyway, let me open up this one. I need to check. So we have an effect that's the thing is I cannot. Okay, let me explain why. Because normally there are fuse components in the game that we can use. The problem with the fuse prefab and the component is that it needs to be on the game object or the network object once it's spawned. And you know, the mortar was already spawned and then you put the shell into it. So the mortar is already in the game. And therefore when you put the shell in, which basically remove the shell, take some stuff from it and add it to the mortar, if it needs to add the fuse, that fuse is not registered correctly, so it doesn't work like a normal fuse network-wise. So therefore I can't use the standard fuse, if that makes sense. But yeah, annoying. Okay, it seems like, just for the ones that are confused, the chat over here apparently connected to the vertical one. So I maybe have to start the vertical first next time and then the normal one. But anyway, it can also be that I just skip that vertical thing. But there are some people there, but maybe it's just people getting confused and getting into the wrong live stream, that they actually wanted to get into the normal one. Yeah, anyway. Okay, let's get back here. So we have an invisible fuse. That means we need to remove this visual straight fuse object here. So, and then we have the effect and we have the connection point. Oh, we have a subscriber. So the question is if this is actually one that is, oh, I can see that the BBNN Roblox is in the vertical one. Sabir Malik, I don't know if he's here, but the BBNN Roblox, thank you for subscribing, by the way. You are in the vertical one, it seems like. But did this live stream just show up for you like randomly, or have you seen my videos before or anything? Or was it an ad that got you here? Or a promoted video? Maybe he just subscribed and then left. Yeah, the BBNN Roblox, I can see he wrote in the chat on the vertical one. So the question is if he must have gotten it just by, you know, scrolling and then getting into the live stream. Anyway. Yeah, I'm sorry about the detours of streaming stuff, but I can only test this when I'm live, so I have to do it now. So basically we need a fuse on a mortar that have no visuals. That's the first goal. So I created that now here, and then we go into the mortar and then we take that invisible fuse, we put it here, we remove that fuse, and then we take this one and then we drag the fuse over here, and then we should basically have the fuse somewhere here in the bottom. Yep. And for now, let's just take it up here. Oops. Let's take it here. Because the idea is that I need to somehow, because often these shell fuses, they will go over the edge here. So they will come like from inside the tube, go over here and out. So that means when you create a mortar, you will have to wow, it's so fast. It's way too fast. Camera speed. Can I? Oh, that's better. So I will have to do a point. As a mortar creator, you will have to do a point. That's the idea, at least. Remember, everything I'm doing here is work in progress. I'm actually doing it now, so don't take this as a tutorial on how to work. I will make a tutorial about it when it's actually working. And the closed beta testers have been trying it out and give me approval that it actually works. But anyway, so as a mortar creator, you will have to specify a point from where the fuse will be placed, basically. But what if you want a fuse that's but shell fuses always go like this, right over the edge here. Just stream more. I think I have never streamed this much. I think I've been streaming like multiple times a week the past 2 weeks. But it's actually it's easier and easier the more I get into it. Like, becomes like kind of a habit. So catnip, cat coffee. Oh, cat coffee. Yeah, you must drink something special too, Konako, with all the code that spits out from your end. Anyway, so now we have the fuse here we have this invisible fuse, so that should all be working fine, except we can't see it now. So now I need to have something on the shell that I can spawn in this location just as a first start, as a first test. So if we go to the code, let's get to the shell, and then let's say we need and I'll have to do a new. Okay, let's try something first. Let's try and just do a game object. Again, always keep it simple. So let's call this mortar fuse, or fuse. Just maybe I have mortar fuse like that, and then we do like this, and then we do like this. Oops. Mortar fuse. So this will be in reference to the game object that represents the mortar fuse, something that shouldn't be shown on the shell itself. So we can actually, in here in the awake, we can do something like this. Whoops. We can just do it like this instead. So it will just be set to false. Because when it's spawned, we never want to show it on the shell itself. So on the mortar then, we could, let's just try, just for the fun of it, let's just try and spawn. So let's just say mortar fuse, and let's just do like this, this. So when we put the shell into the mortar, we will instantiate an instance of this fuse that was on the shell, and then we will place it on the mortar at the launch position, which is at the top of the tube. And then we will set it to true in this case, because we want to see it. We want to see the fuse as soon as we go in here. And then actually we want to set the actual mortar's fuse position to the nope. We could just say, let's say transform that position, and then let's set it to this position. What am I doing here? So like this. So we are taking, because the fuse have to, as I said before, a fuse when we working with multiplayer, because it's a network enabled thing, it have to be on the network object once it's spawned. So therefore the mortar needs to have a fuse on itself, a hidden one you can't see, but when you put a shell into the mortar, that fuse is actually enabled, and the visual, as I'm showing here, or the visual of the fuse will be set like this or something like this. This is just a testing thing. So that's kind of the idea. Again, as a player, you couldn't care less, just needs to work, but let's see. So let's see, let's go to the shell here, and then so I think we could actually do as a shell creator. You can both do, I would assume you could do this fuse thing both as a prefab and as just something on the shell. Let's try something. Let's try and create an empty game object here, and let's say mortar fuse. And let's set it there. Yes, that's fine. And then we go here, and let's just create some blocks. 3D objects, cube, boom. It's way too big. Never do like this, but for testing, we do like this now, just for the fun of it. So we don't want to have any colliders on. Let's just do some, just so we can see. So let's set 0.25, whoops, 25, 0.25, and then 0.5. No, that's not it. 0.25. That was too much. Okay, maybe it's 0. Nope. Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe I should just have winged it. Boom, like that. Whoops. Ah, come on, man. It's not there. So now we have a fuse here, which is like weird, but that doesn't matter. And then let's just turn it a bit, just to see how that looks. So here we have the mortar fuse. Imagine that we could also, no, let's do something else. Let's do something. Let's do it like this. So let's say we do like this, and then we do here, and then we do like this, and then we do like this. This, never model stuff like this. I'm a professional, first of all, and it's just for testing purposes. Don't ever build anything like this. This is terrible. But you see what I'm going at, right? So this is basically a fuse. Then we can so let's say this is here 0.0, and these, so these should go to be something like that. Okay, I don't know if this will work, but let's say we have this fuse here. So now we go to our shell, and we have this mortar fuse. Again, this could be a thing in here. This just to prepare yourself. This will not work. What we want to see now is we want to see this white fuse being put on the mortar. It won't be placed right. It won't work as a fuse, but it should visually be shown on the mortar. That's what we're aiming for now, because we need to extend this a little to make it actually work and have the fuse effect at the end, have this connection point yellow glowing thing. But okay, so now we have this. So we actually let's try first just on the host itself and see how that works, because that's the first thing. And if that works, then we can go to have a client join and see if it also works in that one. And when I say work, I mean just this low poly fuse Roblox modeling thing should just be shown on the mortar. So the mortar looks like itself. It doesn't, well, it's actually a little different because now it doesn't have a fuse on it because there's nothing in it, and we removed it. We added an invisible fuse. So now we put it looks like a umbrella or something like that. But it worked. And did we get any errors? Nope, we didn't. And can we ignite it? Yes, we can. Okay. So actually, and I just realized something now. We want to do it the opposite way. We don't want to set the fuse to where there will be some okay, we need some other indicators for stuff, but really we want to do it the other way around. Really we want to set the mortar fuse position to the fuse's position, really, and maybe the fuse's rotation too, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Let's try. Again, still won't work, but so that's actually what I want to do. Let's just try this. But we need some more indicators because you need to be able to, on your mortar fuse on the shell, we need to indicate where the fuse end needs to go. And on the mortar, we need to have a place to, okay, yeah, okay. Okay. By the way, when you're gonna make the other maps I sent you? I guess that's not for me, hopefully. Should we try some other music? I have some synthwave, just to speed it up a little. It's gonna be good now. Okay, so let's spawn the mortar here. Boom, no fuse, boom. Then we put a shell into it, boom. And then we have the fuse. And you can see it's now placed at the fuse position. We don't want to do it exactly like this, but yeah. So that needs to be here. Okay. So we want to take it the other way around, but that's fine. But yeah, I have to figure out how we want to align this because there are some rotation thingies. But now we just want to fix it quickly. And we do that by basically just turning all of these the other way. Not really. Yeah, this is why you should never do it like this. Yeah, we need to figure out how to do that. Want to do a quick last test, and then I actually want to join with a client just to see if it's working there also. Okay, I think I'm gonna. Okay, now we have a view on the vertical one again, but I think this vertical streaming thing, I think I will just skip it next time because it's really annoying that we lose the chat. Oh, of course, I don't know really because you're seeing the chat anyway on YouTube, so I don't know how important the chat really is. On the stream, like on the display here, or on the. in the video. See here. Oops. Ah, come on. Oh, come. Okay. So like that. Okay, so it's not perfect, but we can make that work. That's fine. So now it looks like almost even more an umbrella. Oh, now we have that problem again. Is it a bug in Unity that when we have two open, we can... Now I can't... Okay, here it goes. Okay, now it locks the mouse. And then what if I... Okay, so... Okay, that must be a bug in Unity. When I do full screen here, I can't... It can't catch the mouse. So that's why the mouse is flying around, and that's really annoying. Okay, so we can make it bigger than this for you, sadly, right now. That's annoying. If we do like this, it will just go full screen. Okay. But as you can see, when I'm igniting it here, it goes to the fuse position, which is, yeah, in the middle here. And we don't want that. Okay. So, before we fix any of this, let's just see if it works network-wise. So we also see this umbrella look-alike on the client. And normally I would make this full screen and this one full screen, but I can't because then the mouse is broken. I'm sure that's a Unity thing. But luckily there is a new version. Just haven't upgraded yet. Oh, this is really annoying. So like this and this. Let's see. Okay. 2 concurrent users again on the vertical one. So the vertical streaming thing does go out to... Yeah, and actually I think I've just removed the chat on the screen now because it's the wrong chat anyway, so... And you can see the chat anyway in the chat, so yeah. Let's see, okay, so... Let's see. So we do this and then we do this. By the way, MSD, we're working on this custom fuse logic. So we can see here. Ah, it wasn't showing. Okay, that's another thing. But you can see it actually works multiplayer wise. It looks like an umbrella right now, but you can see on the left that this fuse here is okay. So this fuse here is made on the shell. It's part of this shell, so we can have a custom one, and it also works, I guess, even though it's switching on the wrong place and blah 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 blah. But it works. Okay, cool. Okay, the other things we can fix. We need to be a little smart, but we can fix it. Okay. Yep, that's how it fuses. Yeah, exactly. Except you might want to go with not a Roblox modeled fuse as I have here. But all the models I have here is just for testing purposes. So really what we want to do is that on the fuse... Okay, this music is maybe too much. It's too crazy. Too happy. We go back to lo-fi. Oh. Sticks out below. Yeah, Kelso, I also did the chat on the stream is pretty good when you rewatch it. We rewatch it because it can sometimes it can take a long time before we can see that live chat on the replay. And also it could be helpful if it combined the chat from different, if you're streaming to multiple platforms, that's also good. But we remove it for now because it's the wrong chat shown anyway. Okay, so the fuse we might wanna, we wanna do it the other way. So what are we missing? We wanna have, no, let's go in here. So we wanna have, basically I need a place to play, and I need a game object to identify where the fuse should be positioned. So so maybe we should call it shell fuse, or is that wrong? No, shell fuse. Shell fuse position. So that will be where the fuse from the shell is being placed. Where is that now? So, and we can do, yeah. So that would be something like here. So this is where the fuse is always placed, and you can see it's, so the side is the red, it's the x-axis that is the side. So that's it. And the fuse itself actually doesn't matter, because that will be placed dynamically anyway, because the fuse's position should be where, okay, so now we have a position here. Okay, basically the idea is that on the mortar we need to have a place to place the custom fuse, and on the custom fuse from the shell we need to have a way to identify where the mortar's fuse should go, or the faked fuse, so that it looks like you are turning it on at the end of that custom fuse, and the mortar doesn't know where that is unless we have some kind of model or some game object to identify that. So there might be some naming here I need to work on, because the one is called fuse, shell fuse position, so that is where the shell's fuse is positioned, and on the shell, on the mortar, we need to have a mortar fuse position. Again, coming back to programming and naming, not easy. But the point is that if we just hide this one. So the 0.0, you know, the center of this one, or this so this is now placed at 0.00. So, but okay, I don't know about that. But anyway, we could move. Yeah, I have to figure out a way to do this in a easy way. But my point is that the mortar's fuse should be placed here at the end of the custom fuse. So again, it's a little, if you get confused, Amnesty, I understand it, but I will make it work and then I will simplify it, I guess. But the point is that we need to have a mortar position there, so we can place the mortar's fuse at that position, turn it on. Okay, so we need to go in here, and we need to have a that's basically, that's a transform, and we might have to not with the fuse, that's fine. Mortar fuse. Ignition, position, ignite, ignition, I don't know. Again, naming. So let's do this. Mortar. Let's make it work, and then let's make it simple. Mortar, fuse, ignition, whoops. Position, and then we do like, whoops, do like this. Mortar, position, boom. Okay, so we have that, and then on the mortar we need to have a we need to have a shell fuse position. I will add some tooltips too to explain what it does and everything. So this is, and I also need to check these things for null, so you can't build it without blah 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 blah. So you can make mistakes. But the point is that the shell fuse position. So that is where the shell mortar. Okay, there are some naming stuff that confuses me completely here. But the idea is that that mortar fuse we get from the shell should be placed where the shell fuse position, maybe I should name that mortar fuse. But anyway, we'll fix that. It should be placed at that position, and then it should be enabled. Then we do some logic later on to hide it. And then we need to set the fuse of the mortar needs to be located at the at the shell behaviors mortar fuse position. Jesus Christ. Can we do like that? No, we can't. Oh, wait a second. No, we can't. No, we can't do that because that position is on this one. And that's why we need a component. This won't work. Let's try it, but I don't think it will work. I don't think it will work. So the idea is that we instantiate that mortar fuse we get from the shell. We position it at the shell fuse position on the mortar, so it being placed the right place over the edge, or whatever you want. Then we enable it so we can see that the shell is actually loaded into the mortar, and then we place the fake fuse, the invisible fuse, on the mortar. We place that where the mortar fuse ignition position is on that custom shell, fake fuse from the shell. Make sense? I totally understand if you're confused. But the last part here, I'm pretty sure this won't work. I need a component for this to work. I need a new component to hold this information, because this won't, I don't think it will work. So we need that position that's here. So that's this position over here. For now, we could just give it a little yellow thing so we can see that that is where it should go. And then we go to the mortar, and we have this position here. We do like this. Boop. Quick and dirty. One step at a time, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, so you see here. Oops. That one goes. See? That's not how it's supposed to work. And the reason for that is that this position here is on, or this position here is on the prefab, which is not really, it's not really instantiated. So I think this is just 0.0.0. So that's why it's flying over to 0.0.0 when I try to ignite it. So we need a new component. So we need a, no, that's the shell. So on the shell here, but that's also, it's actually okay, because then we can also control more stuff. Why did it stop complaining about? No, okay. I actually rather want to do it from, nope, let's do it here. So we need a fuse. Mortar fuse, maybe. So we call it mortar fuse, but it's on the shell. No, so this shouldn't be a mortar fuse, it should be a shell fuse, really. Fuse, which is a fake fuse. Okay, we'll do some renaming now. Okay, so we put this in the behaviors parts, okay, and then it's in the core. Core behaviors fireworks parts. It's so annoying that Unity doesn't really like to work with namespaces, because it becomes super confusing. So shell fuse, that's just a regular one, that's not a networked one, because that will never be networked. So we have that, and then we rename this to, because it is not a mortar fuse, it is a shell fuse. So shell fuse for when loaded. And then we can say it's a shell, we put a shell fuse on it. Okay. And on the shell, we need to go in here, and we need to, then we can actually do like this, and then have this be called shell fuse, and then we can skip this one. Now it becomes more simple. So we do like this, we disable that one, and then we say we can do like this. Let's rename it to shell fuse, and then we do like this, and then we don't need to have this one. Whoops. Okay, come on. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hello. So annoying when it switched to English keyboard. And we need that to be a shell fuse here. Boom. Okay, so now the shell have a shell fuse, which is used from when loading into a mortar, and that shell fuse, if we take it over here, it needs to have a serializable field, which is a private game transform, which is a ignite position, basically. So we can use that one, and then we do a property. Then we do a property. Okay, come on. Then we do a property, which is a transform, and then we do a ignite position, and then we just do a simple one, blah 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 blah. Okay. So now we can go into the fuse here. This is also more beautiful, really. And then hopefully, okay, it didn't build. Why doesn't it build? Come on. Okay, because we have some problems here. We're gonna fix that in a moment. So now it's actually a little more self-explaining, I think. Are you guys still here, or is the chat just dead, or? Okay, so now we can, so a shell now have a shell fuse, which needs to have this component on it, and it needs to have an ignite position. And the ignite position we placed here, so let's call this ignite position, which should be at the end of this fake fuse. So we do like this, boom, like that, and then we take that shell fuse and drag it over here. So now we have our reference to that. And did we break anything on the mortar? Shell fuse position, that's fine. That's still fine, I think. So like go in here. So now when we have this shell fuse, it's actually a shell fuse. So okay, so let's do like this, and let's call it shell fuse. Then that shell fuse should still be positioned at that position. It should be set to true, and then we can now we can set the shell fuse ignite shell fuse dot come on, hard shell fuse. Ah, okay, wrong name. Boom. Ignite position, blah blah blah, like that. Copy this. Oops. Oh, come on. And rotation. So. Okay, still here. That's good. Now I think it will work. We might be able to do it even more simpler, but let's make it work. Like this first. So what is happening in this? It is counting up in the subscription there, but not as fast as earlier. So let's see. Exciting now. I think it will work. I think it will work. Not sponsored, but still bounty. All right, so let's see. Oh, come on. Okay, no errors. Let's see. What if we take this? Oh, you see that? Maybe we should make it dark. So now we can see that the fuse position is actually correct. We go like this. It is actually at the right location at the end here. So most likely when I do like this, it will go to the right end. See here. Yes, sir. Now we need, of course, to make that hide that fuse once it exploded, blah 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 blah. But that's no problem. That's easy. Or is it? Nah, it should be. Okay. So that's actually pretty good progress, and I think I will end the stream here. We've been going on for 1 hour and 50 minutes without, knock on wood, any crashes. But maybe, because that vertical thing is totally messing up the chat and it's weird and everything. So next time I might want to either I go only YouTube or I go YouTube and Twitch just to spread out the word and catch people in the stream so we can have more people know about Fireworks Mania. Anyway, yeah, Amnesty, it's really exciting. I don't know if you saw the last thing here, but it's actually working now. Well, it's working more than 1 hour ago. Now we actually have the possibility of doing a custom fuse. Most likely, it's not done. I'm not satisfied with this, but it's a better. Stream just crashed for me. Oh, okay. Hopefully not. I didn't have any crashes, and it looks fine. It says everything is running fine. But oh, you just so you didn't see it. Okay, let's take a look again. We can see that one more time. It's so nice. But the thing is that I will look into some naming and see if I can do something simpler. And of course I need to do checks for null and just doing just kidding. But did you see it? I don't know if you saw it. It's here. And most likely once you guys okay, you saw it. Okay, fair enough. But once you guys get your hands on it and try it out, we'll most likely do some tweaks. You know, you will figure out something that isn't super good and we'll do it differently, but it kind of works. So just let me try something else. What if we rotate it here? So we place it like this, then the fuse should be the other way around. Yep, because you know I placed it over here, so you see this one go the other way. So that's pretty good. We can also hopefully fuse it together. Yeah, that also works. No errors. Let's see. Go. Let's maybe do like this so we can. Don't look at the effect themselves. Not very impressive. But however, it does do work. What if let's rotate one of these so it shoots this way. Work two. And boom. Boom. Perfect. So yeah, coming along nicely. We have some null references here. Yeah. We have a lot of null references and stuff I need to check and blah 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 blah. Validate and all that stuff. But that's easy enough. Getting it to work is the hard part first. So yeah, I need to get it to work, which is coming along nicely. Right now it's not obvious how the fuse should be angled and where this tipping point is, and yeah, yeah, we will get to that at some point. But at least it's a step forward now. Actually, a lot of steps forward. So yeah. So the fuse is attached to the shell. No, not really. But you don't have to worry about that. The shell have its own fuse. The shell basically have two fuses. It have a fuse for when it's not loaded and one for when it's loaded. But the loaded fuse is not a normal fuse component because it have to be working some other way. Again, as I said earlier, because you cannot put a network object on a network component on an already spawned network object. But anyway, this seems to be working. But yeah, I'm closing the stream now. Thank you for joining. Luckily, we had no crashes. So that's good. And yeah, see you in the next stream. which I don't know when will be, but maybe tomorrow, maybe some other day. But anyway, good progress, and see you next time. Bye.